About 2 years ago, I was sitting here in the sanctuary one Sunday morning, and it was during a worship time. And as we're worshiping, I was looking up at the worship team, and my attention came to focus on one particular young woman who had been on the worship team for quite a while, and I just thought how much I appreciated how she worshiped and how frequently she served. I didn't really know her. I think I knew her name was Francie. That was about it. But I felt compelled to pray for her, just for a blessing. And so I began to pray. And as I began to pray and ask God to bless her, I suddenly, in my mind, I got a very vivid image of her standing right where she was, holding a little baby wrapped up in a baby blanket. And as the service wore on, I became more and more certain in my spirit that this wasn't something that I had seen that was for me. It was something I was supposed to share with this young woman and her husband. So then I began to walk down to him. I was just praying, Lord, what do I say? How do I do this? Give me the words. So I walked up to him and introduced myself, and I said, can I ask you a question? And they said, sure. I said, do you have any children? And Francie said, no. I said, okay. Are you thinking about having children? And she got a really serious look on her face, and she said, yeah, why? I said, well, I have to tell you something. So I don't know how you're going to take this or what you believe about these things, but during the service I was praying for you, and as I was praying, I saw this really clear image of you standing on the stage holding a little infant in a baby blanket with a big smile on your face. And she immediately began to cry, and I looked over at her husband, and he was just kind of staring. And I thought, oh Lord, what have I done? What is going on? And she kind of pulled herself together, and she said, you have no idea what this means to us. And I thought, you're right about that. She said, we've been trying to have a baby for 6 months. And just this morning before church, we were talking about it and pretty discouraged. And she said, then on the way to church in the car, we just prayed, you know, Lord, are we even going to be able to have a baby? And could we have a baby? And just for some type of encouragement. And she said, now you tell us this. And I said, well, I don't know what this means. I just know that I saw this. Maybe it means later, I don't know. I said, I don't know any more to tell you, except I feel confident it was from God. So a couple months later, I'm at church, and Francie's coming toward me with a big smile on her face. And I'm thinking, Lord, please let this be what I think it is. And it was. She was pregnant. And not too long later, little Solomon was born. One thing that I learned from this experience is to really know that God is involved in the details of our lives, and that you don't have to be somebody special or a prophet or anything else in order for God to use you in something supernatural that He's doing for somebody that He loves.